My wife taught me that whenever I hear the sound of a siren, ambulance, police car, fire truck, whatever it is, to stop and whisper a prayer to God, because when there's a siren, and things are, running down the road, usually means somebody's having a bad day and they probably need prayer. And so I've tried to do that over the years. If I'm sitting in an ambulance today as part of the backdrop for what we're going to talk about, which I'll share in just a moment, but if we had an ambulance that showed up at the front door of every home in America where the word divorce was ushered, wherever there was an adulterous relationship, where mom and dad didn't get along, where kids and their parents didn't get along, you know what? We would have ambulances like this in front of many homes across America. The title of what I'm talking with you about today is Family 911. And it's Family 911 because we have a crisis within the family across America and around the world. There's a country music legend that died recently. His name's George Jones, and he sang a song called the Family Bible. And let me share with you the lyrics of this song. There's a family Bible on the table. Each page is torn and hard to read, but the family Bible on the table will ever be my key to memories. At the close of day, when work was over and when the evening meal was done, Dad would read to us from the family Bible, and we'd count our many blessings one by one. I can see us sitting around the table from when the family Bible Dad would read. I can hear my mother softly singing, Rock of Ages, cleft for me. This old world of ours is full of troubles, but this world would, oh, so better be if we'd find more Bibles on the table and mothers singing, Rock of Ages, cleft for me. This poem creates a dream of many, where there's an honorable dad leading the family, God's the center of the home, and people love one another and they communicate one another. But unfortunately, this type of a family is just a dream, a fairy tale for many. Sometimes there's not a dad at home. Mom and dad don't get along. The parents don't get along with the kids. And instead of a home being a home filled with peace, it's a home filled with chaos. What I want to offer you today is I want to offer you a word of hope. No matter what you are facing in your marriage, in your family, or perhaps in your children's marriage, if you have adult children or you're a grandparent, that there is hope no matter what you are facing today. And why can I say that? Honestly, because of my faith in Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ rose from the dead and is alive. And if he conquered death and is alive today, he can handle whatever situation you're dealing with. But I want to talk with you about how to have that hope through Christ in regards to your family and the crisis we're facing in America today. And one of the first places I want to start is help us to understand the challenge that we're facing in our families, in our country. And let me give you 5 challenges that families are facing today. Now, first of all is the marriage relationship. And in the marriage relationship, there can be differences with regards to money. Spouses view and practice money spending and saving habits differently. In regards to busyness, just work and activities and children, just pull in spouses in opposite directions and kids in opposite directions, so nobody has time for one another. And then, of course, there are some families that are dealing with addictions. There might be a spouse that is dealing with alcohol, drugs, sex, pornography, gambling, whatever it might be. And that is taking an obvious toll on the marriage relationship. Secondly, blended and broken families are all over, make up such an incredible part of the landscape of our country today. Blended families, what are those? Those families that come together and they have step parents and stepchildren and step grandchildren. And what are broken families or non-traditional families? Those families where there might be a single mom or there might be a single dad, and they're single because of divorce or some type of a tragedy or perhaps an unplanned pregnancy. And then the next challenges that we face is regarding raising children. And raising children, you start with the simple but basic stuff that can be problematic, just running a house. Laundry, cooking, cleaning, paying the bills, all this is simple, basic responsibility stuff, but it can be hectic at times in raising kids. And also if a mom and dad have different ideas on how to discipline the kids or not discipline the kids. And then also if there are just discipline itself, if dealing with out of control or rebellious kids, on how just to manage the home with those type of children. And then when we deal with religion, that can be a tremendously dividing issue in a marriage and family. If one spouse is a committed follower of God and of Jesus Christ, and they go to church on a regular basis, and the other spouse doesn't want anything to do with it, is antagonistic, or goes but is just not fully committed, it can cause a tremendous stress on a relationship and in a family, especially on Sunday mornings. And then lastly, one of the top challenges we faced in America is the man issue. So many of our homes have an absentee father that is emotionally absent, physical absent, or spiritually absent, and it's taking its toll. Our country so desperately needs honorable men to fill the role as husbands and fathers. Jay-Z is a well-known hip-hop artist. I don't recommend his lyrics or his music. They're filled with profanity and vulgarity, but he wrote a song that he produced that I believe came from his heart and his own personal experience called Where Are You?, speaking about his own absentee father and the effect that it had on his life. Now, these are some of the challenges we face in America, and how are we handling it? Where are we going to try to find solutions? Well, here are some 5 solutions that I put together that sometimes I see people trying. And you'll notice there's one solution that is uniquely absent. Education. We might say if we can do something different with our education system, it can affect the marriage and family. Money. If we can make just a little bit more money, provide a little bit more for the kids, take care of a few more of our needs, that can help our marriage and family. And then also the other one in dealing with relocation. Maybe if we change our neighborhood, change our house, change our community, that can have an effect on our marriage and upon our family. And then divorce. Maybe we've tried, and you're feeling like, I just need to start over again and start over with somebody else, and divorce is the answer. Or lastly, wait till the kids are gone. Just grit your teeth and hold on and persevere until all the kids are out of the house, off to college, and then then you're going to say, well, I'm going to go ahead and sit down with my husband or my wife and then figure out what we're going to do in our marriage now. All these solutions may be appropriate at some times under certain circumstances, but there's one solution that is obviously missing. Where is God? Where is God in our marriages, in our families, and trying to bring peace in our home?